After Kang Woo cleaned up the mess at the Andras Guild, he returned to Han Seal's place. Kang Woo, who was annoyed earlier, immediately smiled happily when he met Han. Han was really worried about him because he had been inside the gate for a long time and hadn't even contacted her since then. Han Seal told Kang Woo that she had obtained the second awakening. She obtained a B rank and also gained a special ability called Blessing of Light. Many guilds wanted to recruit her, but Han chose to refuse. She wanted to join Kang Woo to help him, but Kang Woo refused it for now. Indeed, Han has a high-rank special ability, but according to Kang Woo, it still can't be a big help for him. Kang Woo was much stronger for those on the same level as him. If Kang Woo formed a party now, he wouldn't gain enough exp or get involved in a serious fight. Kang Woo suggested forming a party with an acquaintance of his, a ranked tanker, namely, Tae-soo. For now, Han had to level up and gain battle experience. She also agreed to form a party with Tae-soo. Since they have a high-rank special ability, they should be able to level up quickly. She was willing to wait until the time came. The next day, Kang Woo headed to the player service center. He wanted to bring his player card as a rank C player. Because starting from rank C, the identification of the magic stone that has been processed needs to be added to the player's card. After leaving the player service center, Kang Woo thought that he had not fully rested when he returned to Earth. With the lack of information, he still couldn't do anything against the demonic religion for now. He also took advantage of this opportunity to rest, but he didn't know where to go. Before being dragged down to hell, Kang Woo didn't have much money. He spent his time reading webtoons and novels. Kang Woo thought he shouldn't do it anymore. Everything must not be the same as 10,000 years ago, and must enjoy all that he can do. Finally, he found something interesting and entered an internet cafe. A very large monitor screen, comfortable chairs, and even being able to order food. Kang Woo was very impressed the first time he tried it. According to Kang Woo, when he lived in hell, 10,000 years equals 5 years of time on Earth. He also tried to order a meal and tried to play a game. He also tried games that are currently popular, the MOBA genre, tank class, support, and others, and have to form a party consisting of 5 different roles. Kang Woo also thinks this is the same as real life. Because Kang Woo is a beginner, he just plays around while enjoying his food, so that all the party members in the game are very annoyed with Kang Woo. Then Kang Woo was surprised. Behind him was a woman who shouted angrily while saying harsh language. Kang Woo looked back and they locked eyes. The woman looked at Kang Woo's monitor screen, saying that this was just a coincidence of bad luck. The woman immediately approached Kang Woo and started scolding him. He told Kang Woo that he was casually enjoying a meal in the middle of an ongoing match. The woman ordered Kang Woo out with harsh language. Kang Woo, who didn't know anything, thought that he was being bullied by her. The woman got even more irritated and started attacking Kang Woo. With some fast and sharp movements, he launched an attack, but Kang Woo easily dodged it and thought the woman was strong. The woman was surprised that Kang Woo could avoid her attacks and said, "Was Kang Woo sent by the Mir Guild?" The Mir Guild, it's one of the top 5 guilds in Korea. Kang Woo explained to the woman that he didn't enter any guild, but the woman still couldn't believe it. The woman also introduced herself as a member of the top 5 guild as well. Because he still didn't believe in Kang Woo, the woman asked Kang Woo to show his identity. The woman was surprised because Kang Woo had a license as a D rank player. Because he didn't want to get into any more trouble, Kang Woo left immediately. The woman thought that Kang Woo was a rank D player. She could easily beat him. The women recognized Kang Woo as a rank A player and had never heard of such a powerful person without a guild. Part of Kang Woo's strength was still sealed, and he realized that he was still weak now. However, the reflexes obtained from his previous fight in hell were still there. Kang Woo didn't expect to meet an opponent of the same level so quickly, and made his outlook different. He was also curious about the woman's identity. Then the woman also left the internet cafe and headed to a quiet place and called someone. The person who made the call called for that woman, Cha Yenju, Guildmaster Red Rose. Red Rose is also a top 5 guild in Korea, and Cha Yeonju is a high-level player. Cha Yenju ordered the head of HR, namely Park Hyunwoo, to investigate about Kang Woo. It just so happens that the Red Rose Guild is investigating demonic cult worshippers. Cha Yenju explained the possibility of Kang Woo hiding his identity and being very suspicious. Cha Yenju also said that she saw Kang Woo's identity card as a D-rank player. However, according to Park Hyunwoo, a D-rank player did not have a mana rating tool, which made his card easier to forge than a C-rank card. Park Hyunwoo regarded Kang Woo as a low-level player who partook of a demonic cult to kill players at his level. Cha Yeonju also denied that Kang Woo is a very strong player and possibly a high ranker, maybe even a demonic belief leader. Even though Cha Yeonju considered Kang Woo to be part of the demonic cult or not, he was still worried because Kang Woo could be stronger than her. Then Cha Yeonju returned to the internet cafe and saw Kang Woo's monitor. The data was written that Kang Woo was still a newbie and made Cha Yeonju even angrier. A few days later, Kang Woo wanted to enter the rank C gate to hunt and raise his level. C rank gate was the territory of the troll monsters. As usual, Kang Woo wanted to do solo hunting. However, when he was about to enter the gate, he was stopped by a guard. According to the guard, Kang Woo would be allowed in if he was a C-rank player and was in a party of 5 people. Then the guard informed him that the chief troll had appeared inside the gate and solo hunting was prohibited as long as the boss monster appeared. A C-rank gate definitely gave a different atmosphere compared to the gate below it. Kang Woo also saw that the players who were gathered had good equipment. The examination became even more stringent. And this was the biggest problem. Kang Woo thought, if he wanted to monopolize his monsters alone, he had to enter the gate alone no matter what. Seeing that many players had gathered, Kang Woo wanted to take advantage of the situation and pull off a trick. He used the skill power of rage on the many players that had gathered. This skill can trigger emotions to overflow out. Many players suddenly got angry and started going wild. Chaos ensued. All the gate guards began to restrain the raging players. Kang Woo easily sneaked into the gate alone. After entering the gate, there was a vast expanse of desert that was completely different from the previous gate, which was a swampy environment. According to Kang Woo, it would be very difficult to find a boss monster. Seeing the status of his demonic energy, which was quite a lot, Kang Woo used a new skill. The Demon Astaroth is an observation skill. This skill has a wide enough range until Kang Woo finds the troll boss and his subordinates. Kang Woo immediately launched a powerful attack on the troll boss. The result was that the troll boss was immediately defeated with one strike. Because he defeated the boss monster troll alone, the XP got was increased 3 times. Kang Woo was surprised by his strength as it became stronger. He didn't expect that the boss monster troll was easily defeated with one strike. Boss monster trolls weren't weak, but Kang Woo was too strong. Based on the information obtained, it is the right mob boss for gate rank C. Because the strength that Kang Woo now has is very strong, he also has to be careful. Kang Woo continued to hunt the trolls. With his immense strength, he can now slash trolls in one strike with the authority of blade. The body that gets hit by the slash explodes with demonic energy. Kang Woo also leveled up. His status and strength increased, and got the new skill Earthblade rank A. Then Kang Woo started his new skills and experimented with using trolls. This skill generates demonic energy in the form of a large circle. Enemies standing in the circle will instantly be cut off by their bodies. Soon, the players who wanted to hunt boss trolls arrived. They were annoyed and confused because they had searched everywhere. They couldn't find the troll boss. There were only a few runaway trolls, as well as a trail, but no bodies. They also blamed the government for not being good at calculating the time the troll boss appeared. Kang Woo hid and started running away amidst the commotion. When Kang Woo and the players left the gate, suddenly an army came. They were the Hwaring Squad, led by Unit 3 Squad Commander Baek Hwaeon. Baek Hwaeon informed the players that there were reports of Chaos players appearing at the rank D gate and had to check the gate rank C. All players who have reached Awakening 3 must carry out an inspection and show their player card. Kang Woo had a bad feeling and hoped not to be found out. Because many eyes were watching, Kang Woo couldn't run away. It would be a problem if he did something that stood out in front of the military. Sure enough, Suddenly, Beek Hwaeon approached Kang Woo and immediately checked his player card. Fortunately, nothing happened. Kang Woo felt he was overthinking. However, Kang Woo still has to be careful because the Chaos player has already made a move. Kang Woo also tried to get information about the Chaos player from Beek Hwaeon because it might help her. Beek Hwaeon didn't need Kang Woo's help because this was a government matter and protecting players was her duty. Kang Woo immediately knew that the government was also pursuing the demonic cult. A few days later, Kang Woo went to a cafe with Tae-soo and Han. They met because they wanted to discuss the party. Kang Woo asked Tae-soo to take Han to a rank D gate to hunt. Tae-soo also agreed because a healer was needed. Han explained his trait skill, Blessing of Light. Apart from healing, she can also use buffs that increase strength, heal, and dexterity. Han can also use attack skills. According to Tae-soo, a player who can heal and buff simultaneously and can take care of himself is a rare player. It's possible that a high-tier guild like the Hanul Guild would definitely immediately take Han over to their side, but Han still wouldn't join any guilds for now. For their party, Kang Woo also needs a damage dealer. Tae-soo told Kang Woo that he had found two amazing players. According to Tae-soo, those who have recently had a second awakening. Tae-soo said that they were very talented, to the extent that it made Tae-soo wonder why they hadn't joined the guild yet. After meeting with Han and Tae-soo, Kang Woo immediately went hunting to gate rank C in the troll monster area. Kang Woo has reached level 29, and there is one more level left to get his fourth awakening. With his observation skill, Kang Woo easily found the trolls. However, when he was hunting, he suddenly smelled a strong smell of human blood. According to Kang Woo, it was true that the smell of blood in the hunting area was normal, but a smell this strong would definitely come from the massacre of 5 to 6 people. Kang Woo also found the party, and they were all dead. It's possible that Chaos did it, and the demonic cult wouldn't kill players because they needed it for sacrifices. Suddenly, a huge monster appeared, and it was a monster from hell, Hellhound. Kang Woo was surprised. Why monsters from hell could be here? The Hellhound immediately attacked Kang Woo fiercely. Kang Woo also tried to block the attack. Kang Woo knew immediately that this was a real Hellhound just by feeling the hardness of its skin. Kang Woo tried to attack with the skill power of the Dark Spear, which could kill the troll boss in one hit, but it only scratched the Hellhound. The Hellhound became even more aggressive to attack Kang Woo. Then Kang Woo combined power of Earth and power of the Dark Spear, but the Hellhound still survived. Kang Woo knew the characteristics of the Hellhound when he was in Hell, and the monster was very persistent. With Kang Woo's current level, it would be quite difficult to beat him. After taking a lot of damage, the Hellhound finally lost. Then Kang Woo's status window appeared. In the written system, Kang Woo had defeated a rank C fragment shard. He also got exp and rose to level 30. Kang Woo also obtained his fourth awakening, the trait ruler of demonic energy rank A. This skill can control demonic energy better and with better speed. And also, the user can completely hide the presence of demonic energy from other creatures. Kang Woo thought of the shard fragment part. He had heard of the core shard before, and referred to the hell beasts as the splinter. Kang Woo also thought, how could the Hellhound come here? According to Kang Woo, there's no way the Hellhound could use the 7 princes of hell weapon. Kang Woo said, thinking of something that doesn't have any pointers, it's just a waste of time. Then Kang Woo began to devour the Hellhound's corpse with the power of gluttony. According to Kang Woo, if he could recover back to his state like back in the Myriad Demon Palace, he might be able to become even stronger than his former self. With a happy face, Kang Woo left the gate, but Cha Yeonju was already waiting for him. This time, Cha Yeonju told Kang Woo her identity. Kang Woo was quite surprised that Cha Yeonju was the guild leader of Red Rose. Suddenly, Cha Yeonju said all the information about Kang Woo. Kang Woo was born in 1995 and is currently 28 years old. Kang Woo grew up in a Cheongsong orphanage without any history of adoption, then left the orphanage and disappeared for 5 years. However, this year, he suddenly registered as a player. Kang Woo was also annoyed that Cha Yeonju had investigated him, but everything she said was true. Cha Yeonju even went to the player service center to investigate, The test score showed that Kang Woo was a rank F player with an awakening of 1, but was already hunting at gate rank C. Cha Yenju was even more suspicious that he was a criminal. However, after looking at the history of his fingerprints and face, they have the same history. Cha Yeonju confirmed that Kang Woo was not a player using a fake identity. Cha Yenju recognized Kang Woo as a player with extraordinary talent that might surpass her, maybe even surpass Baek Kanjian, a top-tier Korean player. But the main reason Cha Yeonju came to see Kang Woo was that she herself directly wanted to sponsor Kang Woo with her power as the guildmaster of Red Rose. Kang Woo didn't expect it either. He thought that Cha Yeonju would ask him to join the Red Rose Guild. Cha Yeonju was still careful of Kang Woo, because he would not let someone who hid his identity join her guild directly. Cha Yenju explained regarding this sponsorship. In short, it was a financial support that would allow Kang Woo to level up fast. The Red Rose Guild will give Kang Woo a temporary gate pass which will allow him to enter the rank gate without a level limit. Even if Kang Woo needs a party, Guild Red Rose will pair up with guild members according to Kang Woo's wishes. Not only that, if Kang Woo wanted to sell magic stones to the Red Rose Guild, Kang Woo would get tax-free. Then the Red Rose Guild will lend equipment of unique rank and above for deposit, and equipment of epic rank and below can be borrowed for free. As well as they will give a house and a car if Kang Woo wants. Kang Woo also felt they were too good and excessive. Cha Yenju said that it was an investment for the future. However, Kang Woo had to do a task given by the Red Rose Guild when the time came. Cha Yenju also did not provide details of the task to be given to Kang Woo because it was not the right time. Because it looks very attractive, Kang Woo also accepted the offer. This was not only an opportunity to make connections with the big guilds, but also a good chance for Kang Woo to gain a lot of support from the guilds. The reason Cha Yeonju had not given Kang Woo the task details was because she thought that Kang Woo would not be able to do everything at his current level. Kang Woo also said with a smile that he had become stronger than Cha Yenju thought. Kang Woo immediately asked Cha Yenju for his equipment, because Kang Woo thought he had to use equipment to conserve demonic energy. The two of them went to Guild House Red Rose, which was at Seoul Station. Kang Woo was surprised by the size of the building because it was almost the same as a player's service center. In front of the entrance of the Guild House, Kang Woo was greeted by two people. The first was the employee management team leader, Park Hyunwoo. He was the one who investigated information about Kang Woo. The second is a man with a fairly large body named Moon Yongho. He is also called Commander-in-Chief. They entered the storage room of the Red Rose Guild. Cha Yenju would not lend Kang Woo the equipment he wanted, but he could borrow epic ranks down. In that room, there were a lot of very good equipment that made Kang Woo excited. Not only unique rank, even Cha Yenjuan has a legendary rank. Kang Woo was surprised. If he wanted to borrow legendary rank equipment, he had to pay a deposit of 50 million won, which also included a big discount. Kang Woo can only sigh. The savings he has are not that much. Seeing Kang Woo talking to Cha Yenju casually, Moon Yongho, the man who was called the Commander-in-Chief, was angry with Kang Woo. He told Kang Woo to speak more politely to Guildmaster Red Rose Cha Yenju. With a grin, Kang Woo said no. Kang Woo made Moon Yongho angrier, and he started attacking Kang Woo. However, Cha Yenju was easily stopped. Cha Yeonju scolded Moon Yongho not to do it again, and Cha Yenju warned Kang Woo not to mess with Moon Yongho because he could become disabled. Casually, Kang Woo just smiled. From the start, Kang Woo didn't need a house or a car. All he wanted was to borrow unique rank equipment. Kang Woo kept asking Cha Yenju. The equipment Kang Woo needs is a light armor that has good basic effects. Hearing that, Moon Yongho immediately asked for a duel with Kang Woo. Coincidentally, Moon Yongho was wearing a unique rank armor. If Kang Woo beat him in a duel, he would give him his armor. Kang Woo also accepted the good offer. Cha Yenju was worried about what would happen to the two of them. Moon Yongho's level was 67. He was called the Wall of Efforts to get his 6th awakening and became strong when he got his 7th awakening. The reason Moon Yongho respected and liked Cha Yenju was because in the past, Cha Yenju had saved his life from a monster attack. Seeing Kang Woo being disrespectful to Cha Yenju made him very angry. Then they headed to the Red Rose Guild's training room. The room had good facilities. They were getting ready for a duel. Moon Yong-ho will confidently give 3 seconds for Kang Woo to attack him as much as possible. Kang Woo also felt annoyed because he was so arrogant. Kang Woo used the power of speed and launched one quick and sharp attack. As a result, Moon Yong-ho was immediately thrown to the wall, and even Cha Yenju was very surprised by Kang Woo's speed. Moon Yong-ho immediately stood up and took out his sword while feeling pain. If not for the armor he was wearing, namely the gargoyle armor, the duel would have ended immediately. Moon Yong-ho couldn't believe that someone who had only been a player for 3 weeks could be that strong.